our gas does not work still. The major things that we have to focus on upstairs is installing the 3 bathrooms. It's still a lot of work that needs to happen.
With so little time before the window installation and the baby's arrival, we had to make some major progress upstairs in a short amount of time. With the temporary kitchen and bathroom being demolished and no way to use the downstairs kitchen and bathroom, Paris was a welcomed escape. We weren't quite sure what we were going to see when we got back home. Welcome back to our renovation in Tuscany. If it's your first time joining us, take a look inside our villa and explore our previous videos at the top right. Work, construction, and life has been overwhelming in the last few weeks, but we're finally back with some major updates to share with you.
Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. We wanted to give you an update on the status of the construction and everything on the renovation itself and let you know where we're at in the process. Right now, we are moved downstairs. We were able to get that done so that the guys could start working upstairs, which is a #1 priority for us. Downstairs here was a major renovation as far as where the budget was going and all the things that we had to do. We had to accomplish this kitchen, we had to open up doorways and walls, and we had to do a lot of reconfiguration down here in order for the space to flow a little bit better. Upstairs, there's not gonna be a lot of knocking down walls. The rooms are gonna be primarily bedrooms for our family. The nursery for my mom when she comes and visits, guest rooms, and our primary suite. So for the most part, the major things that we have to focus on upstairs is installing the 3 bathrooms. It's still a lot of work that needs to happen, but it's not gonna be a lot of knocking down walls, which I'm grateful for. We have this beautiful kitchen down here that we're dying to use. I have been wanting to cook and organize and get all of the stuff that was upstairs in here because we have tons of storage space. However, the main reason why we cannot use this kitchen is because we cannot use the oven or the stovetop yet. So we ordered this beautiful Lacanche oven, and it has an oven here, and a warming drawer here, 5 burners, and a plancha here that's electrical. This oven requires an increase in power. Because we have 3 breakers and we're paying for 3 separate contracts for electricity, we wanted to consolidate it into one. And in order to do that, in order to run this without having a power surge or having everything else in the house go out, we had to increase the power on that 1 breaker that we're gonna be using. We started that process in December. There's a lot of bureaucracy that is involved with getting the electricity increased, and also our gas does not work still. In Italy, it's sometimes not so straightforward when you have to do something with utilities. We have been trying to get the gas meter installed. It hasn't been extremely straightforward, even though we submitted all of the paperwork and we followed the right protocols. They had communicated that we had asked for a new gas line for a hotel and not a house, and that was not the case whatsoever. I was explicitly clear. I even had our contractors speak to the person at the shop to make sure that I was doing the right procedure. And unfortunately, they mixed it up and, they didn't show up to the appointment. So we've been without gas for the stove, unable to use it, and also we've been without heating. We hope that one day we're gonna be able to have gas pretty soon and be able to use everything and get acclimated to our new space. Rob has done an amazing job moving all the stuff down from the temporary kitchen down here into the real kitchen. However, we're not going to be cooking in here. So it gives me a little bit of time to figure out how we're gonna organize everything that's gonna be going into the pantry, into the storage, and how we're gonna utilize the lower cabinets. I have a general idea of how I wanna go ahead and do that, but we're also gonna be working closely with our carpenter to figure out some home organization solutions that are gonna be going directly into the cabinets that are a little bit more bespoke and have a lot more decluttering ability than some of the other products that I've seen out there on the market. For us, it's been a priority to declutter because we've had very messy kitchens that usually have very poor storage space. And I think a lot of it comes down to not having the right pieces or not having the right organization tools in order to utilize the space that is available.
Work is getting kick-started upstairs. If you remember from our last video that we'll link here, Rob and I were in a huge rush to get the upstairs window frames installed. With so little time before the window installation and the baby's arrival, we had to make some major progress upstairs in a short amount of time. Andrea worked on installing the new window frame for the French doors in our primary bathroom. These new windows will make an enormous difference in noise reduction, help keep the heat during the cold months, and keep cool during the hot summer months. We're really looking forward to not feeling drafty in these spaces. Now, all of the window frames are installed and ready for the new windows. It's so incredible to see the rooms take shape and life with more natural light. Before we knew it, the guys were ready to start the demo upstairs. We worked on completely clearing the rooms where we're creating bathrooms so they can strip everything down while we're away in France. We'll be gone for about a week, so we hope to see major changes when we arrive back home. With the temporary kitchen and bathroom being demolished and no way to use the downstairs kitchen and bathroom, Paris was a welcomed escape. We had planned on this important sourcing trip for months, and I have to say, staying in a comfortable hotel with heating was a true luxury for us. We drove 8 hours to Beaune and stayed the night. Rob and I grabbed a quick breakfast before completing our 13-hour journey to Paris. Everything looked so delicious. Rob and I were able to sleep in after our long drive to Burgundy from the villa yesterday, and we're going to grab a few things here and then make our way to Paris. It's really rainy and cloudy, but I have to say it's so cozy and cute here. We always love coming to Burgundy because the food is fantastic, and we stayed within a small town that has lots of shops and even has a mustard museum and lots of different little restaurants. So last night's dinner was pretty incredible, and it felt very intimate and it was delicious. If you're ever in the area, we highly recommend coming to Beaune because it's so beautiful here. Good morning from Paris. We're off to an early start. We're on our way to the show this morning. It snowed last night, and so everything is blanketed with a fresh layer of snow, and it looks so nice even though we're in a more industrial area. We're heading off to the show right now to go and find a few things that we needed to find for the shop that were really important. But I have to say, I just received an incredible phone call this morning. We finally have a date for when they're going to activate our gas that we've been waiting on for over a month. And we'll be able to live a more comfortable life because the kitchen will be downstairs, The bathroom will be downstairs, it will be functional, and we won't have to go upstairs and run back and forth, especially me being 7.5 months pregnant, going up and downstairs throughout the day to use the restroom. It's difficult, but now I'm happy it's going to be a little bit easier to live our day-to-day lives. We're going to take you around with us as we go and find these objects and try to show you a little bit of what's going on at the show. You can kind of find some new and exciting stuff, so we'll share that with you guys. The trade show had a full array of home decor, furniture, lighting, etc. Some booths are larger brands with more commercially made objects, while other vendors focus on offering unique creations with a local production. With so many different types of vendors, we had to be selective and do our research for those last little things we needed. I, of course, couldn't help but keep an eye out for new ideas for the nursery. There were so many inspirational things to look at, and ideas just started flowing in our minds of new possibilities. We came across some fun furniture options. I love this uniquely shaped desk that can work great in a guest bedroom. I really enjoy seeing some glamorous setups like this one and feeling a sense of awe. Between antique shopping, buying new pieces here and there, and mixing in 60s and 70s inspired design, we want to create transitional spaces that reflect our Californian roots within a Tuscan landscape. Overall, the show was a success, and we're ready to get to work as soon as we get home. We had walked and walked for 3 days and had a long 13-hour drive back home. We had a one-night stay in Mont Blanc to split up the drive, and the views were spectacular in January. We weren't quite sure what we were going to see when we got back home.
I want to take you into the upper floor and show you all of the things that have been happening. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of structural changes that are going to be happening. It's just going to be a matter of knocking down a couple tiny little walls and installing bathrooms, 3 bathrooms, and one of them is pretty large. That's gonna be our primary bath, and we're so excited about it. We will see when that actually happens, but in the meantime, we wanna show you all the progress and all of the things that have been happening while we were away. So come on. We already started demo up here. You can see that we knocked down this little wall that existed here. There was a door that separated the corridor from the rest of the rooms, and we wanted to go ahead and knock that down because we're gonna be creating a new opening into our bedroom. This door that existed here on this side, going into what used to be a kitchen, but now will be our primary bath, we closed that off. So we will have one entrance where you can access the bathroom and where you can access the bedroom. It makes it a lot more intuitive, and it makes it a true primary suite, everything kind of connected. Then the other really major thing for me was the fact that we knocked down this little tiny wall that had a door as well. This is how you accessed the closet here, but we knocked it down so we could put that wall right here and extend all of that closet space and make it a true his and hers. Finally, we're gonna be able to have a walk-in closet that is accessible from the primary bedroom. What used to be the access to the primary bedroom from here is now closed up, and we will be accessing the primary bath and the primary bedroom from this point right here. This will be an open archway right in here. You can go ahead and walk in through the bedroom here, or you can decide to go ahead and open this way, this way into the bathroom. So now we're in the bathroom. This is an enormous bathroom, I have to say. Because there is a window door on this side of the room, it made the configuration of where everything was going to go a lot more difficult. We also had to think about technical things such as the plumbing and draining for the toilet and for the shower and bathtub. So that caused us to have lots of limitations, and it was kind of a puzzle to figure out where and how we were going to be putting everything. We didn't think it would be a true master suite without having a beautiful bathtub. We probably worked on it. I mean Robert worked on the layout very hard for a couple of weeks to try to figure out all of the ways that we could make every single element live within this space. In our original idea, and we'll link the video for you here, we had thought we would put a nice, beautiful bathtub here because we have a gorgeous sea view outside of this window. However, there was a couple problems with that. The weight of the bathtub in the center of a room would mean that we would need extra reinforcement. And also, to turn around in order to go to a vanity, or if we wanted to use the toilet, or whatever it was, you had to go around this tub that would be in the center of the room. And it didn't make too much sense on the day-to-day. We nixed that idea, and we'll be showing you the plan very soon, in the process of being finalized, and all the materials are getting selected now so we could place that order. And if we go this way into the primary suite, it feels so wonderful now. It feels a lot smaller, I have to say, but I don't mind that whatsoever. We opened up this window here. It existed on the outside, but didn't exist on the inside, as you well know by now if you've been following this channel. We're gonna have lots of natural light. We believe that we will put the bed here, a king-size bed, 2 nightstands, and 2 sconces above. Then I would absolutely love to have a little seating area where I can chill at night after a long day. Probably right in this area right here. Right here is where you're gonna be able to walk in to the his and hers closet. They've already put in the doorway here so that we can access it. Instead of putting it in the middle of this wall and creating beautiful double doors, we decided to put it off to the side here so that we could use all of this space if we wanted to. I'm really happy with the configuration and the small changes that we were able to make to this room. It's completely changed the flow of how these rooms are going to live with one another, and it makes a lot more sense for our family. Let's take you into where the temporary bathroom used to live and where our temporary kitchen also used to live. Come on, let's go over there. If you remember, this used to be an awful blue bathroom. Now it's completely demolished. Everything has been ripped out and we're ready to start from scratch. This bathroom will be the baby's bathroom. We're still in the design phase and figuring out the layout. For the most part, we kind of have it ready and done, because there's really simple elements that need to go in here. We're not making it over the top, but we have to make some special considerations for the drainage for the toilet because we are limited by that. The toilet will be going in this spot here in the corner. We believe we will be putting a bathtub right here on this side. So everything that needs to drain will be located on this side of the bathroom. Then we can have a beautiful vanity on this side and any storage space that we want. We're also thinking about putting a nice storage unit right here where once our little one grows up, it can be used to store towels and toys and different things that are going to be used for the bathtub. Just something extremely practical, really useful, so that everything can be tucked away, and if we want to style anything, we can have some open shelves. So as we continue down this small narrow corridor, we will make our way into what used to be our temporary kitchen. One of the really big things that you'll notice that is completely different about this room is that they demolished the granite fireplace that used to exist here. Also, by demolishing all of this, we gained about maybe 3/4 of a meter or 2.5 feet, something around there. It's really hard to believe that this is the room where we used to cook, and we had a lot less space, and we had to figure out where all the food storage was gonna go and try to work between the two of us and cook in here. Now it's just wonderful to be able to think that this is going to be a bathroom. For this bathroom, we were thinking about putting a shower on this side, really nice walk-in shower, then the toilet on this side here, because that's the only place where the toilet can exist. And then having a wonderful vanity on this side and some storage space. If we have my mom staying with us or other guests, that it feels like home and it feels very luxurious because it is a pretty good sized bathroom. Then if you come out here, you'll see this leads out to a balcony. This is gonna be a brand new window door. I thought it would be really sweet and nice to be able to put like a couple of chairs, and it makes it more like this whole entire space here is a suite in itself. A little bit more private. It feels good, like if we have my mom staying with us for an extended amount of time, or Rob's relatives staying with us for an extended amount of time, that they have a little bit of privacy and they can feel like they can escape themselves if they need a little bit of space or anything like that. This used to be our living room, our temporary living room. Now it will become a bedroom, and it's gonna have its own kind of little suite feeling with the bathroom and having the balcony to itself. I think it's a really great size room, and also it has beautiful original features that we're gonna be keeping with the molding, and I'm very happy about that. Now for the last stop that we'll be making on this upstairs tour. There's still more rooms, believe it or not, that exist up here, but we're not gonna take you through the other 2 rooms. This will be the nursery. I am so happy about it. It is an enormous room, gorgeous. Now that we have a window facing the forest on that side, on the back side of the house, we're gonna be putting in 2 new windows so that the baby is not disturbed by any road noise, train, or anything like that. For us, it was pretty uncomfortable living in this room, but we knew it was only gonna be temporary. And now with the help of new windows, new electricity and plumbing for a new radiator, this is gonna be a lot more comfortable for our little one, and I can't wait. Once all of the drilling is done, I'm gonna take you through a full tour of how we're setting up the nursery. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know if we will be finished with everything by the time the baby arrives. Fingers crossed, we will have all of the noise done. Maybe we will just have painting that needs to get done, but you never know what's gonna kind of happen, and I'm not too stressed about it. We've taken you through the upstairs, and I hope that you now have gotten an idea of the extent of the demolition work that we're doing and the layout changes that we're going to be making. We'd love to hear from you guys, and if you have any ideas about layout or any particular thing, please let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you.
With so much demo and renovation going on, who knows what will happen in the coming weeks before baby? There's always bound to be construction drama. This is Italy after all. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to follow us along this wild Italian journey.